These are those beautiful cherry tomatoes that I happened to get from my my organic kitchen garden, and I really didn't know what to do with the large amount. It's like almost 2 kilos there. So after preserving half kilo for my home use, I thought of really trying to keep them for a longer time because they get spoiled very easily. As you can see here, they're almost here. This is the way they really rot up. So we are trying to preserve them today. So let me try out our pickle recipe with my konbilahis or cherry tomatoes. And at first I'm going to wash them and then let them dry, and not in the sun, just pat dry them with a towel, and then I go about. Make my work easier, just for around 10 minutes I put them up to dry in the sun, and they look nice and bright. While I have taken around 2.5 cups of mustard oil and let it smoke fully, because I want it to cool down, and then this will be added to the recipe for the pickle of the konbilahis, or what we call cherry tomatoes. Meanwhile, in another pan, I have taken around 3 or 5 bay leaves or tej patta and some 6 or 7 red chilies, and I'm putting in now dry red chili. Okay, now I'm putting in almost 3 big teaspoons, all right, 4 teaspoons of 4.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds or jeera seeds, and say we have around 1, 2, 2.5, 3 teaspoons of what we call panch furan, or this is a special type of dry spice where we have the fennel seeds, then we have the fenugreek seeds, and then black cumin, and even jeera or cumin seeds, all of them together. Now I'm going to dry roast them for some time, and this is the masala that will go into my cherry tomato pickle. This time I'm also using a little bit of chili flakes. They are there in my house, so I thought let me make a difference to the normal recipe that we have. And now we'll dry roast them for some time till we have a nice aromatic, there's an aroma in my kitchen, and then we have this feeling that these are all done up and they should not have a burn. So I have two things running together, and that's my the mustard oil that's heating up. It'll take some time because it's quite a lot, 2.5 cups there. So here they're still starting to splutter, and then I'll just give them a whisk in the mixie, but not fully crushed. Next time, just before taking out, I am putting in 1 and 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds also. So again I'll roast them a little. So this is the mixture that will go, and you can see it's a beautiful aroma in my kitchen now. Dry spices being roasted. I'm doing it on slow flame, however I don't want them to burn, but they're already burning. Can you see that? So let me cool them first and give it a whisk in the mixie. Okay, here we see it's smoking, so we just shut it down and let it cool down a little. It should be a little warm before we add it into the pickle. Now let it cool there. Now we are going to smash these cherry tomatoes for some, just a smash, and then we are going to mix up with some some garlic, which I have just cleaned and kept apart. Right, this amount of garlic will go in, which will just smash in the mortar. So I've smashed them. Now I'll put the required amount of salt here. So just as much as needed. Decide on that. Then some haldi. Okay. And some chili. This is Kashmiri red chili, just for the beautiful color. When they merge, the yellow and the red, we'll have a nice beautiful color there. And of course, I have given you almost 2.5 teaspoons of haldi and this huge amount of the garlic. So let me just mix it together, and now I'm going to take it to my terrace and then let it dry in the heat of the sun. Full scorching heat is necessary to dry it properly. It's a nice and beautiful morning, and it's going to be really hot towards the day, and because it's a lockdown period, therefore it's nice pollution free, the air that we have around. So we'll wait for it to dry in the sun. This is how the masala looks after a whisk. I have not grinded it fully, as you can see. Still we have some solids there, and I prefer it that way. And this is what happens to the tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, after being dried out in the sun for almost a day. Now I'm going to put all of these there and try to mix it. Right, proper mix so that it smears or really mix up the entire thing properly. And then the cooled out the mustard oil there will also go in. Let's see if I can avoid giving the full. Still, this way I'll have to mix in. So after giving a nice mix, this is how it looks, beautifully colored there. I still did not have to use this entire portion, so almost a cup remaining. So I just needed one cup and little more of the oil. So since it's soaking the entire all the cherry tomatoes, I thought this is fine. So I'll let it rest like this and put it in a bottle or a container, glass bottle preferably, which has been already dried in the sun after clearly and properly washing it. So that's my bottled cherry tomatoes, pickled and bottled and sun-bearing. We'll have to wait for some more time till we can enjoy it, the tanginess, the spiciness. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe and hope you'll have a nice time pickling up your cherry tomatoes.